Okay, good day, friends. Here's the situation. Let me back up a little bit. It's a 16 valve 928 motor. Installing the pistons, putting 1 and 5 in first, and then moving backwards. But I'm hitting some problems that I never thought I would hit. This is one of my 2 ring compressors. All the area to the top of the lower compression band, which is right there by my thumb, all this area here by my index finger where it's moving, that all needs to go away. What I need to do, because the compression or the oil scraping rings are so thin that I cannot compress this ring compression tool tight enough to keep the very first thin ring from coming out and giving me problems. So they won't go in. I've tried using some zip ties. In principle, that's okay, but the head here, I might have to shave the head down, but if I shave the head down and make it the same thickness or the same width as the band itself, I will lose the ability to crimp. So even on my other ring compression tool, it's the same principle. It's the same width, and it doesn't do the trick. Now there's a solution here. Get a couple guys here with little small screwdrivers, and you just gently compress that bottom oil ring, the first layer, before you put it in. And get a couple guys in here doing that. Now, also on the bottom, I want you to see, I put rubber hose there to keep from messing up. Keep from messing up the crank. So herein is the question for you folks in the 928 community. Is there a special ring compression tool that does not have this space here and that the compression band is closer to this surface right here where it meets the block? Because when I put this on here, and I tighten it up, the natural tendency is that this ring compression tool wants to lift up. And you can see right here, you can see daylight coming through. Center mass of the screen, right there, that little gap, center mass of the screen, that little gap is big enough for the one of the 2 oil scraping rings to get caught in. Yes, I know. It's very interesting, the little situations I encounter with the 928. So there it is. Putting it out there for y'all to watch and then opine. I'm only looking for people that have done this and experienced it and have a solution. I'm going out at lunchtime. I'm going to go to the tool store and look for a different oil ring compression tool, something different design, and try to make it happen that way. Okay? See ya. Cheers.
Doesn't cloud. The most beautiful image that I've seen of perfect concentration is a cat getting ready to pounce. You know cats. You know when they are about to strike, they're perfectly relaxed because their target is going in any direction. They get tense, like they're going to go one way.
Okay, we've got 3 torque values we have to apply. 30 Newton meters, 55 Newton meters, and then 75 Newton meters to the connecting rods. I'm doing the first set. I already did that number I already did number 8 right there, so I'm going to do this one. I want you to see it.
That's the resource they were after. And I think part of it was a miscalculation on the part in thinking that they could get the gold from the oceans that probably required different mining tools than it did if you had to go dig ore out of the ground. So part of it was I don't think they came prepared to actually do the kind of mining they ended up having to do. But I went through a scenario with them. That's it. And postulated a project that I had been working on when I was doing evolvable hardware.
Pretty neat,
And that
pretty
was,
neat.
you know,
Okay, yesterday I had the problems with the ring compressor. Simply solved it by standing the block so each bank is vertical up and down. Put the ring compressing tool right on top, hold it down tightly. Hold it down tightly on the top of the cylinder block, and use the wooden handle and beat the piston down into the block. And it worked fine. Worked fine. Just had to push down on top. Those little small oil rings, they want to come out, but if you push down really tightly, sometimes you might have to take a little screwdriver and just push in just a little bit to get it to go in. So I got all 8 in, no problem. Today, torqued down, as you saw by the video just a minute ago, torqued down all the rod caps. Disregard what I said about 75 Newton meters. It's really, I think, 55 Newton meters. I didn't go any more. 75 is for if the bottom of each nut is knurled, if it has a raised pattern, but these are smooth, so they stay at 55 Newton meters, which they are all set to that now. Took all afternoon, had to sort out the oil pan, find the various parts, and they were already clean, but I just double checked the cleanliness of them. Found all the nuts and bolts. Right here, Allison's oil pan. And for a minute there, I couldn't find the oil pickup. And I put it in a plastic bag, stuffed it in the box. I just overlooked it. So I found that, and I had already cleaned this. So just took it out, put a lubrication on the gasket, and just put it back into place, and rebolted it back in. So I've got to get an O-ring for underneath here. Thought I had it in the kit, but I don't. So I'm gonna have to get that from the parts place. And this little oil level sending unit, I had to do a lot of work to that. I had to resolder the wire to the connector here, and my solder is really thick, fat stuff. I need to get smaller solder to really do that well. But I was able to solder it and make it good, and put the baffle back in there, clean it out a little bit better down in there, and we're good. We're good to go. And it's very hot, or it's getting warm. Summertime is coming. We had a very mild winter. We had maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 days of below zero. That's it. And it was maybe 30, 28 at the most. So much for winter down here. Okay, I gotta go. Bye-bye. Choose.